Coach, year 2, you're all back together. And I think that's a real testament to what you're building. You obviously probably got calls. What made you decide I want to be here?
Yeah, it was really what you mentioned. It's what's being built here. It's what's been built here. To work for a leader like DQ, who he's about people and he's about the collection of people and us and how we do things. It says everything. It says everything about who we are, the direction we're going, and I think to be a part of that and see that and experience it and take part in it, I think just is everything, especially in a sport and in a profession that's the opposite of that. It's very transient. Like, people move around all the time, and I think to be able to stay in one place and, like you said, be back with a group of people and a group of men that we kind of know how they tick. I think it's just gonna be fun to take off from here.
You talked about a collection of people, and it's obvious the whole building is kind of in it together. But for you in the QB room, what's it like to get another year with Jayden?
Yeah, for sure. The QB room, I can't say enough about the way that those guys compete, who Jayden is. But Marcus, Sam, David Blau, Brian Johnson, Cliff Kingsbury, what we have built in that room specifically too. Again, so much of this sport comes down to trust, and being able to communicate openly, honestly, and I think in that room specifically, the way that those guys build each other up. You saw Jayden cheering Marcus on in Week 18 at Dallas in the second half. You saw Marcus go pick Jayden up, in that Atlanta drive when we were going in to score. And I think it really just gives you a glimpse into not just who they are individually, but also who they are to each other. And I think that's a microcosm of the bigger thing that's being built.
I totally agree. What did it mean for you and the room when I was so impressed by Marcus when he did a press conference with us after he re-signed? He's like, I owed it to myself to see what my options were, but I realized this is my best option. What did that mean for you guys to know he was coming back?
Man, I think you said it first, and I think that's the best way to say it is everyone, including myself, Marcus, what's being built here, it just feels so right. That people don't want to stop doing it, and I think we're all at points of our career, whether it's Marcus, me, that you've seen different ways of doing things, and because of that what we're seeing here, what we're experiencing here is it's special, so I think to be able to be a part of that and experience it is no small thing.
Similar to Marcus, you're a young coach in a profession, and you're going to have options. This year, this is the right thing. Do you even stop to wonder what's next, or you just lock in right now?
Yeah, to a large degree, you focus and lock in right now, because that at a moment's notice, it can be going the other direction. Sure. And anyone who's been in coaching long enough knows that, and knows that, or just in football long enough, right, knows that you can experience the opposite side of what we did at the end of this year. And so I think as much as anything, it's about being where your feet are, and where our feet are right now is a pretty darn cool place, to be here and be with these people.
What is I think it clearly is. You hear that echoed to a man when you talk to coaches with cameras or without them, honestly. Yeah. How much or how does Jayden grow from last year?
Yeah, it's what's fun for us is we get to zoom in with Jayden. We don't have to worry about the macro and the stats and the results. We get to zoom in on, okay, well, let's talk about your drop. Let's talk about the granular parts of what's going to help you make you better on this particular concept. Maybe it's getting your eyes over to that second read a little bit more quickly, which is what's been fun, is because he's also leaning into that process. It's not for him. It's not about the macro either, because it's the second you start to zoom out in this, that's when it starts to go sideways too. And so it's been fun to be back here in this building, in the meeting rooms, on the field, and just get back to work, on what we do.
Thanks, Coach.